Alright, hello everyone. Hope you all are doing great. Wanted to do a video. Miyo-Compiz is now ready. I'm actually recording this before I upload them to SourceForge, but they will be uploaded soon, and you will be seeing this video after they're uploaded, so I don't know why I just said all that, but I did. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over some of the pertinent release notes that I want users to be aware of if you happen to download and install Miyo-Compiz. And what you're going to get, let me just go ahead, I'm going to open up a picture that I took while running Miyo-Compiz in VirtualBox. And that's another thing. Since this is using the 4.19 kernel, it works in VirtualBox now. No guest additions needed. But this is a picture of the login screen, and I want to make people aware. Even in the live environment, if you download Miyo-Compiz and burn it to a USB, CD, DVD, whatever, when you boot that live, you're going to be greeted with this login screen, and you'll be able to choose which session you want to boot into, whether the open box or the Compiz session. Just remember, here the user is already listed as Miyo, and you will need, here in this box, you will need to fill in the password, which is all lowercase letters, but it's the same, M-I-Y-O. So just keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and look at the release notes real quick. Now, before I do this, I want to say, if you download and install this is based on Devuan beowulf, which means that it's still considered a testing release, and you might experience a few glitches. Okay. As I was saying, this is based on Devuan beowulf, which is still considered testing, and you might experience a few glitches, so you might you might experience some glitches. Stop! You might see some glitches in this video. I did a test video earlier and it was glitching really bad. Much more, sometimes I use this and there's no glitching at all. But when I was doing that test video, it was glitching really bad, so I don't want that to scare anyone. This is not a high-end computer, and while I'm running this video, I'm recording a video, I've got GUVC view going, so it's using quite a bit of resources on this old computer here. So what I'm going to do, I am going to go ahead and close down GUVC view, and hopefully that will cut down on some of the glitching. Alright, so here we go. Alright, let's go ahead and look at our release notes. Now, what I want to do is go to Documents, Release Notes, and I will open that with Featherpad, which that's going to be one of the notes we look at. Let me go ahead and I'll just enlarge that whole thing. Now, I'm very happy. You might notice the ISOs are a good bit larger than I normally produce, and that's due to two things actually. I remember when I released Miyo Extra last year, I released it as an ASCII release before ASCII was actually ready for release, and that ISO was a lot larger than what the previous ISOs were. But I've also included locales all. And my reason for that is that will help people who may install in a non-English locale and language. It'll help them have a better experience, because a lot of, after installing it in another language or locale, a lot of the things will be in your appropriate language. I tested it in German and also tested it in Spanish. And for example, that login screen that I showed you earlier, that was both in German when I did that, and it was in Spanish. Here in the menu, all of these items, all of the applications and the categories were in the appropriate language. The reason these items here and these two items here didn't translate is because I built those and added them in English. So, but the main items here all were in the correct language. Alright, I'll go over why this is codenamed Radac. I want to say a special thank you to Robert Radac. He was the inspiration and my reason for building this. He helped me test it out, and I would never have even thought to do this had it not been for Robert Radac. So, Mr. Radac, thank you. This has been a very challenging build. It has probably been the most challenging build I've ever tried. I thought when I built Mio Awesome that was challenging, but this has surpassed it. So, thank you, Mr. Radac. We've already talked about this is built on Beowulf. I'll give a few keyboard shortcuts for both the Compiz session and the OpenBox session, and here are the notes on this release. Miyo-Compiz uses SDDM as the display manager, and my reason for doing that, I'm not going to go too in depth. It came down to a choice between using SDDM or Slim. I did try other login managers, but the reason I ended up going with SDDM is because I was actually able to build a usable ISO and it allows the user to choose which session easily, and it remembers the session. I did try using Lite DM, I tried using LXDM. They worked great until I tried to produce an ISO. So it came down to that, SDDM or Slim, and because of what I mentioned already, I went with SDDM. Miyo-Compiz uses eLogND. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that doesn't matter. So I'll just leave it at that. I used to use ConsoleKit, but now I'm using solely eLogND. I have a new text editor, which is Featherpad. If you're familiar with MiyoLinux, I always include LeafPad as just a basic text editor. However, LeafPad was not available in the Beowulf repositories, so I've gone with Featherpad, which is still a somewhat basic text editor, though it does have a few more features than LeafPad. So, just wanted to let that be known. Pulse audio and PAVU control are not included in this build. At the time of building these ISOs, Pulse audio was not working very well in Beowulf. It had some issues, so all you get is ALSA. You get ALSA for your sound, and that brings us to the next note, which is how to enable sound with ALSA if you have more than one sound card. If you install Miyo-Compiz and you don't have any sound, chances are you have more than one sound card. And I give very easy to follow instructions on how to enable the correct sound card so that you can have sound on Miyo-Compiz. How to enable the firewall, the update notifier. I included the update notifier, and all that is, it consists of when updates become available, you will get a notification down here in the system tray. It will be a red star with an exclamation point in the middle of it, and if you happen to catch it, there will be a notification on the desktop. All you need to do when you see that red star, just click on it. Nothing's going to happen other than it will put a notification up here showing you what updates are available. And then it'll be up to you to decide if you want to go ahead and install them now or wait till later. You'll have to install them manually though through either the terminal or Synaptic. However, it does let you know that updates are available. Alright? Regarding Hibernate in the exit menu. Alright, let's see what we have here. Let's pull up the exit menu. Now here we have Hibernate. I went ahead and included this in the menu. However, it will do nothing right now. Absolutely nothing. If you want to use Hibernate, you'll need to install the Hibernate package. And my reason for doing that is if I had installed it, if I pre-installed it, and then a user wanted to use it, they'd have to jump through some hoops and reconfigure it. And I thought it would be much less trouble just to say, hey, if you want to use Hibernate, you need to install Hibernate. Because trust me, if you haven't had to reconfigure Hibernate, it can be really confusing. The Miyo accessories are in the other category for this build. Now, due to the nature of this build, I have made desktop files for the accessories that I wanted to include in the build. So we have an awesome mixer, Conky controls, customized look and feel as root, PCman FM as root, the live keyboard layout, and touchpad controls. Live keyboard layout, some people wonder why I leave that on the system, and it's simply because there are people who need more than one keyboard layout, and this just gives them an easy way to switch between layouts. You know, you don't have to use it if you don't need it, but it's there for the people who do need it. PCman FM as root and customized look and feel as root now use PK exec. I don't need to go into that. You can read it in the release notes. I included the Papyrus folder script in order to change Papyrus folder colors. Now, this is the first build where I didn't make my own icons. I didn't make my own icons and themes. I actually used a program, a piece of software called Umox. And I used Umox to create the MiyoLinux dark icons, MiyoLinux Lite Icons, and the MiyoLinux themes. However, I know that there may be people who they may not like those colors, and that's understandable. So what I did, I also included the Papyrus icons, but I also included the official Papyrus folders script from the developers of the Papyrus icon set, so that a user can, if they want to mess around with that, they can. So let's just demonstrate that real quick. Let me close this out. And the way this works, well, first let me change to some Papyrus icons. Alright, so that's done through customized look and feel. I'll just stay on MiyoLinux dark, and I'll go to Papyrus dark for the icons. Alright, oh dear, I'm already I've already tested this. It's already showing. Okay. Oh, I blew it. Oh man, I blew it. So as you'll see here, I've already been messing around with this. The folders are in black. Normally they're blue. So let me just still go ahead and show you what would need to be done. I give instructions on how to do this in the release notes. So what you would do, to see a list of what colors are available, all you do is do Papyrus folders -L, and that lists the available colors. Alright, we're already on black. Normally blue, that's the default color that people are so used to seeing, but here are all these other colors that are available. Ooh, there's pink. Let's live on the edge and change to pink. So to do that, you have to do it as su or sudo. So sudo Papyrus folders -C for color, and then whatever color you want. So sudo Papyrus folders -C pink. Do it! Enter your password. This ought to be exciting. And let's see what we get. So there you go. That's how that would work. If you want to change colors, whatever color you want to try, let's go ahead and change. That's I don't feel very manly after doing that. Let's change it to let's see, let's do blue gray. And see what we have now. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay, so that's how that works. So just be aware, if you want to change out, if you don't want to use the MiyoLinux icons, you can use that and change the colors around on the folders. Alright, the menu on the panel is JG menu. That's here on the panel. That is JG menu. Thank you to the developer of JG menu for making it available. The right click menu in the Compiz session is P menu. So let me show that to you. The way this works, in the Compiz session, if you want to use the right click menu that is similar to an open box menu, you would hold down the Windows key and then right click, and that will show the menu, and it's basically the same menu. Okay, you get a right click menu just like an open box, or you can use the one on the panel. Now I do have these Compiz accessories. There's only a couple of them here. I'll go ahead and show them to you. Edit the conky or the Compiz auto start file. So you can add, remove, change whatever is started automatically during a Compiz session. Edit the conky. We haven't looked at the conky. Let me do that real quick. Let me pull up the conky so you can just see what it looks like. And there is just kind of a basic conky, nothing really going on here. Now I do want to point out, if you only have one CPU, I have a computer that only has one CPU on it, and if that's you, this conky will not work until you remove that second one. And that's very easy to do. you would just do the edit the conky. Let me go ahead and pull that up. Just want to show that real quick. Edit the conky. And right here where we have our CPUs, we have CPU 1 and CPU 2. All you need to do, if you only have one CPU, either comment those out or remove them. Okay? After you do that, turn the conky back on. It should be working for you. Alright? Now, since I do have two CPUs, I'm going to undo that. Save it. That should show my, there we go. Alright. The open box right click menu, I'm not going to go over that. It's in the notes. All it is basically saying that periodically when you add an application, it may not show up automatically in the dynamic applications menu, and all you need to do is go to open the menu, open box, and click reconfigure in the menu, and it should then show up. And the decorative prompt in the terminal. Some people may look at this and they automatically think power line. That's not power line. That's something based off of power line called pure line. So that's what that is. If you don't want this decorative prompt, I give instructions on how to get rid of it. Not a big deal at all. Other than that, only one other thing I want to cover real quick. In the miscellaneous notes about the MiyoLinux icons. I did not include the Lite Icons in this build, and I did that for a reason. Every time I tried to build an ISO with those icons included, it would just completely freeze up the system, and I have no idea why. So I give instructions here. You can, if you want to use those icons, they're available on the SourceForge site. Just go to the icons folder and you'll see them there, and you can download them and install them. And I already have them installed on the system here. Let's see, let me just show you real quickly what they would look like. Let me go to MiyoLinux Lite GTK theme. Okay. And let me go to the icon theme, and I'll go to MiyoLinux Lite. And you can see here the icons, instead of having black highlights, they're white. I'm going to go ahead and apply that. And I'll open up the file manager just so you can see it. Alright, so there you go. That's what if you wanted to use the Lite MiyoLinux icons, you'd have to install them yourself. I give instructions how to do that. So there you go. Miyo-Compiz is now ready, and you can download it from the SourceForge site now and be able to download it from the OSDN site soon. So thank you again, Robert Radac. And I hope everyone has a great day, afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are. Have a great weekend, and you guys take care. Thanks. Okay, hello everyone. I hope you're doing well. You know, I just remembered that I forgot to remember to do a celebratory celebration with the release of Miyo-Compiz, codenamed Radac. But I have remembered, so I will go back and add this onto the video. And I think to celebrate this momentous occasion of the release of Miyo-Compiz, codenamed Radac, a really fitting song would probably be Wipe Out. Oh yeah! Wipeout on the toy guitar. But we're not going to play Wipeout the beachy way. And I said beachy, B-E-A-C-H-Y. And yes, that is a word. It's not, I didn't say what it sounded like I said. I said beachy. We're not going to play it that beachy way. We're going to play it Miyo style with a slide guitar influence. Oh yeah, Wipeout on the slide toy guitar. And for that slide, we'll be using nothing less than this 10 milliliter graduated cylinder on the toy guitar. So without further ado, to celebrate this momentous occasion of the release of Miyo-Compiz, codenamed Radac, here is Wipeout slide style on the toy guitar. Wait a minute. That's not Wipeout. Oh dear, I think I may have gotten my songs turned roundabout. Yes? Okay, here we go. Wipeout slide style on the toy guitar. I just hope I have enough room to do this. Here we go. Ha 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 ha, Wipeout. Ow! There you go. Wipeout slide style on the toy guitar. And I butchered it. Ow! If you hung around long enough to watch that, thanks a lot. You guys have a great weekend. Thanks again, Robert Radac. And hope you all take care. Thanks.